welcome back to Pokemon Blue, guys. Last episode, we finally made our way down to Cinnabar Island. We had to surf either south from Pallet Town, which was a boring straight shot, or we took the long, treacherous route from Fuchsia, which brought us through the Seafoam Islands, where we struggled to change the currents, and caught ourselves the legendary Pokemon Articuno. Now that we're here, let's explore what's all on this little island. Pokemon Lab. So yes, if you remember from the Mount Moon episode, there was that when we beat that super nerd for his fossil, he's like, oh, far away on Cinnabar Island, there's the guys that do the fossil thingies. Well, this is the place. Dr. Fuji? I wonder if it's the same as Mr. Fuji from Lavender. The world may never know. But yes, this is the place where you would bring your fossils to get restored. There's also a lot of just NPCs in here you can interact with, including a lot of in-game trades. She wants a Venonat for her seal, which, like I mentioned last time, will allow you to get one that'll grow faster than a caught wild one. This guy wants an Electrode for a Raichu. Hey, wait a minute. Are you the guy we beat up? Do you not remember us? Jerk. Also, this guy, quite interesting. If you do his trade and give him a Raichu for an Electrode, he'll say, oh, that Raichu you gave me went and evolved. Which is strange, because Raichu doesn't evolve. It's leftover data from his Japanese version trade, which is apparently either Kadabra or Graveler or something like that. So that's why it evolved. Eevee can evolve into one of 7 kinds of Pokemon. But what are these things? Crack pipes? I made a cool TM. It can cause all kinds of fun. That's the sound of a metronome. It tweaks your Pokemon's brain into using moves it doesn't even know. That's right, the TM for metronome is a really fun one. You pretty much call up any random move and your Pokemon uses it. You can get some really hilarious results, like a Jigglypuff using Hyper Beam, or something very disappointing, like a Mewtwo using Splash. I'm looking for Ponyta. Want to train it for Seal? No. Aww, oh well. Mainly because we don't have access to Ponyta yet. Hiya! I am an important doctor. I study here rare Pokemon fossils. You? Have your fossil for me? No? Is too bad. Whoa, whoa. How'd you do that, buddy? You sidestepped. The Monster Mash. Either way, this is the guy you want to talk to. You would give him your Helix, Dome, and Amber, and he would restore them into their respective Pokemon at level 5. I'll do that off-screen. It's not like it's anything worth showing off. You just have to leave and come back in. But that takes us over here to the gym. The door is locked. Well, ain't that a shame? Scientists conduct experiments in the burned-out building. Cinnabar's gym's Blaine is an odd man who has lived here for decades. Leader Blaine, the hot-headed quizmaster. The fiery town of burning desire. So yeah, they don't really tell you this anywhere, and you could miss it completely if you don't know to think about it. But you have to go into this building to find something in order to get access to the gym. And this place is known as the Pokemon... I want to say it's the Mansion. Could be the Burn Mansion, too. Either way, it's a little mini dungeon, and it's got a whole bunch of lore in it, and some new encounters. So let's go over them real quick. Alrighty, our first new encounter here is Ponyta, the Fire Horse Pokemon. It evolves at level 40 to Rapidash, where all it really does is get bigger and gains a horn. They have a little bit high physical attack, which is a shame since fire types are special in this generation. And overall, they don't really do anything that Arcanine or Ninetales can't do better. And why are they on an island in the middle of a mansion? At least the yellow version put them up on some open field routes. Next up, we have Coughing, a poison type, based on air pollution. It's pretty bulky, it's not really excelling in any particular category. Its HP's nice, later generations give it Levitate, getting rid of its ground weakness. This generation's overrun with Psychic types though, so it doesn't really fare too well. It does learn a lot of different special attack moves with like Thunderbolt and Fire Blast. Then there's Grimer, the water pollution version of Coughing. just like just like coughing and wheezing. It's very bulk based, but it doesn't really have anything going for it in a generation full of psychic types. Then finally, version exclusive to Blue is Magmar. It's a pretty powerful, pretty speedy, pretty all-around good fire-type Pokemon. It's not the very best, but it's not the worst either. Learns his signature move Fire Punch, can learn Psychic, and I believe it learns Thunderbolt too, so definitely worth picking up if you need a good solid special attacker on your team. I'm melting, go over the world. Also worth mentioning, off-screen, in between episodes, I went and trained against all those trainers we skipped on the sea routes and got a couple levels on everybody. Especially Magneton and Driznia. Their electric moves made short work of the various water-type Pokemon we were fighting. Am I out of repels? I am. Oh well, we'll continue. If I remember right, one of these pillars, there we go, has a moonstone in it. Let's see, this place is just in ruins. Now you're seeing these doors and you're probably thinking, oh man, good thing I got the card key, right? Nope. These don't react to it. These have a completely different puzzle involved with them. Escape rope would be nice. Gotta navigate the mansion and find these Pokemon statues. A secret switch? Press it? Who wouldn't? But what this switch does, there's an on and an off position for them. And on will close some doors and open others, and the same thing with off. In fact, that shows you what it does right there. Nothing happens for it. However, it does open up over here, too. But then it closes down there. So you pretty much have to use your brain and try and navigate this place while flipping switches on and off. That's the main gimmick while dealing with all the various Pokemon and trainers. If I remember right, this guy can trap you in here forever. Or do near close. I can't get out. This place is one big old puzzle. Got ourselves a new trainer class too, the Burglar. Bunch of lootin' no-good ne'er-do-wells. They specialize in fire and poison types. Pretty much anything that can throw up a smoke screen for them. Which I was saying, this guy is one of the few ways you can get yourself kinda stuck. If I remember right, when Twitch was doing the Pokemon Red playthrough a long time ago, they got stuck by this guy and had to pretty much get lucky on getting out. Thankfully, we have a little bit more control over ourselves versus several thousand people inputting random directions. Also, this guy will be the Charmeleon trainer, so you want to fight him and get data for Charmeleon. That just leaves Charizard as the odd man out now. Oh no, my bag of loot and precious booty. Switches open and close, alternating sets of doors. Yep, we already figured that out to get here. Now thankfully this maze isn't too bad, as long as you think before you act. You could throw a switch as soon as you see it and it might not be the right solution, which will end up blocking you later down the road. For example, that first switch we threw up on the floor above is actually incorrect. We don't want to fling that on just yet. So we're going to have to backtrack and reactivate it. However, we can get down to these floors. Nothing to see, of course. But there are these journals scattered about, and they offer some lore into a little bit of what happened here. Diary, July 5th, Guyana, South America. A new Pokemon was discovered deep in the jungle. Interesting lore right there, something new. Not one of the ones we already know of. Go over here, pick ourselves up some calcium. For a strong body and mind, drink your milk. Let's see, I think we can go down another set of stairs, and there should be some more items down there. Oh, wait a minute. We're going upstairs. This place is like huge. And that's not the only thing that's huge. Ah-ya! I wonder where my partner went. Oh, that's the guy that trapped us. Yeah, I remember right. We got stuck down there by him. It all comes back to my mind. Diary, February 6th. Mew gave birth. We named the newborn Mewtwo. So there's this new Pokemon called Mew that they found, and they've managed to clone it. But here they say that it gave birth. A little bit of a conflicting, but I guess it makes sense if you describe how modern day cloning is, where you give the DNA to a mother that would give birth to it. But what was the mother for Mew? Who wouldn't? I also like to point out the music here just has a bit of a eeriness to it. Like something happened here, but nobody really wants to talk about it. Of course, I'd love to listen to it, but we keep getting to these wild encounters. Knew I should have brought repels. You know, I'm just making more work for myself by not getting a repel. So I'm gonna have to go back and cut out all of these battles. That's right, Big Daddy Muck here. Always recommend catching one of these if you do encounter them, because it's a pain to raise Grimer up. We'll see if we can get one. Alright, let's hit him hard. Now we're poisoned. No fear, as long as we survive an attack. And you hit rest. Ah! And we're disabled no more, and we get to heal. Talk about a lucky break. Ah, there we go, that's where it gets annoying. Muck will spam minimize to make its evasion go up. And I just clicked rest. Ah! Thankfully it failed. But now the odds of us hitting it at 3 times evasion is going to be really low. But we hit it. I'll take it. Thankfully it doesn't affect our ability to throw a Pokeball. However, it does want to avoid getting caught. That little bucker. There we go. Thickly covered with a filthy, vile sludge. It is so toxic, even its footprints contain poison. What kind of footprints does Muck even leave? It's a blob. Well, I guess it's a mystery for another day. I believe there's a hidden item. Yep, there it is. Iron. Now we can hit that switch. You know what? I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna go buy some repels. I'm getting tired of this. I guess you guys got to see Dig in action there, so I guess it's not all bad. Let's see here. Oh, you're only gonna sell me max repels? Fine. Well, let's see what these guys are all about while I'm here. go to Celadon if you want those. Alright, I'll meet you guys back where we left off in the mansion. Alright, it actually didn't take us that long to get back here. Shows how bad those encounters are slowing us down. There we go, let's open up the way. Oh. Guess I should have seen that coming. The high-powered mucks will still appear, but they shouldn't be nearly as common. My mentor once lived here. Whew, overwhelming. So, you're stuck? Try jumping off over there. Yeah, what he mentions is actually very, very cryptic. You wouldn't expect, like, oh, it's just a wall, I can't go anywhere. But in reality, those are ledges. You can jump off them to go further into the dungeon. The game doesn't really showcase it well this generation. Fire Red Leaf Green at least shows that there's a crumbled off floor that leads down to the abyss. Alright, let's get a... Of course, Mr. Terrapin's just a wee bit shy as well. Well, let's just investigate a little further. Come this way. Dead end. So you really do have to jump off. If I remember right, each one takes you to a different spot. And I think this is the one we want to go to. Yep. We fall down to here. You know, for a burned out building, the potted plants seem to survive. Also, a lot of stat-up items in here. If I remember right, going down this way, there's an exit down here secretly, but don't take it if you don't want to leave yet. Instead, we're going to go to the basement. This is another gate we gotta unlock. Thankfully, there's a statue right in here. September 1st. Mewtwo is far too powerful. We have failed to curb its vicious tendencies. Things are starting to sound a little bit bad for those scientists, isn't it? Alright, this item right here, TM14. Do not waste this. It's TM for Blizzard. It's the single most powerful move in the game. Unlike later generations where, you know, it's only got 70 base power, or 70 accuracy, this generation, 90 accuracy on top of its outrageously high base power. Definitely teach it to as many Pokemon as you can. If you're going to use any kind of glitches to duplicate items, that's definitely a prime candidate for it. Seriously, the ability to learn Blizzard is pretty much a defining factor if you're going to be a good Pokemon in this game or not. Every water type can learn it. A lot of other Pokemon like Dragonite can learn it too. Well, hello there, Magmar. You know, eventually I am going to need a good fire type for my team. Velveteen just wasn't filling that gap. You know, you're not that bad this generation. I think I might catch you and eventually let you on the team to take Drillbit's spot. I am lacking a little bit in the elemental coverage, so we'll just trade out a giant flying bird for a flaming duck. Ooh, you're gonna be a bit of a doozy, aren't you? We have low special. This should definitely not knock you out. Yeah, you can't hurt me. I'm a dragon. Ooh, you still got some fight left in you. You are one tough cookie. There we go, you stubborn little duck. A Spitfire Pokemon. Its body always burns with an orange glow that enables it to hide perfectly among flames. Yeah, but how many times in nature are there naturally occurring flames that Magmar can hide in? It seems like it's only useful in the areas like forest fires. Let's name you Magmar backwards. Ramgam. We'll come back for you, buddy, don't worry. Especially after all the damage you did to my team. There we go, that should be good enough. This place is ideal for a lab. Well, I mean, it was a lab. Until it kind of blew up. You would do that, you jerk. We're so close to the end, though, that we're not going to go back. What was that for? I like it here. It's conductive. Conducive? Yeah, conducive to my studies. Sorry if I butchered that word, people. I'm not very good at the speakings. Let's see. Yeah, I think if we hit that switch, we missed out on an item. Oh, our item bag's full? Well, that's a shame, because there's still a couple more items we want to pick up. Thankfully, a lot of these items we can just get rid of really easily. Ooh, a rare candy, that'll be useful. Alright, let's go hit that switch. Who wouldn't? I just love how, like, duh, who wouldn't hit a switch? By this point in the game, you should be hitting all the switches. Now here we have TM22 Solar Beam. It's a 2-turn move, just like Sky Attack, Fly, and others. It's Grass type. Now normally I say 2-turn moves aren't really all that good. You can always do more damage by using an attacking move 2 turns in a row. Well, the thing is, a lot of Pokemon don't learn any good Grass type moves to use. I think Razor Leaf's probably the best bet you have at 55 base power, and assuming you don't crit on either hit, you're doing 110 over 2 turns. Solar Beam will do 120, so in that particular situation, it's still kinda useful. There's the secret key. That's required to open the gym. I like to imagine, does Blaine just go and hide it there after every single challenger? Or did Blue somehow force his way in there? Because you'll see, when we get into the gym, if we check the statue, it'll say he's already beat the gym leader, despite it being locked. But first, let's heal up. Alrighty, this gym's actually a cakewalk. So, you know what, we're gonna knock through it really quick. Yeah, see? Larry's already beat the gym. How could he have done that if it was locked? Yo, Champ and Macon! The hot-headed Blaine is a fire Pokemon pro! Douse his spirits with water. You better take some burn heals. He's not kidding, too. This is a fire-type gym, after all. But it's like, what's this? The gym trainers aren't challenging me to battle? That's right, this gym has a nifty little gimmick on it. You go to these boxes here, and you can take a Pokemon quiz. Get it right, and the door opens to the next room. Get it wrong, and face a trainer. If you want to conserve your Pokemon for the gym leader, then get it right. Here we go. Caterpie evolves into Butterfree. Technically it evolves into Metapod, then Butterfree. But I think they intend on it the whole line. So yep, it opens that up. You can go back and you can talk to the trainers if you want to fight them. But I find there to be no need if you really want to conserve your strength for the gym leader. There are 9 certified Pokemon League badges? Nope, there are 8. It's like a noticeable amount of lag too after you hit those and get them right, before you gain control of your character again. Poliwag evolves 3 times? No, it evolves 2. However, in later generations, that's not entirely true, because Poliwag gets a split evolution, so it has 3 Pokemon it can evolve into. So, that's one of those questions that are kind of tricky. Are Thunder moves effective against Ground Element type Pokemon? Really, that question is just butchered up all around. There's no such thing as Thunder Pokemon. And who calls them Ground Element? Should have been, is Electric type Pokemon weak to Ground type Pokemon? Or do Electric type moves affect Ground type Pokemon? See, they're getting me to butcher up my words too. Pokemon of the same kind and level are not identical. That is indeed true. We've had a lot of people throughout the game try to beat that into your brain. So it's always best to catch multiples of a certain Pokemon and use the best of the bunch. TM28 contains Tombstoner? It does not. Now when I was a little kid I thought, like, well maybe if it doesn't contain Tombstoner a different move does? But it's not even a real move. And I think in Fire Red Leaf Green it was changed to Tombstony. Either way, it's silly. TM28 is Dig. We've already gotten it, so we should have known that. But here we are. This fat man is the gym leader. Ha! I am Blaine. I am the leader of Cinnabar Gym. My fiery Pokemon will incinerate all challenges. Ha! You better have the burn heals. Mad Scientist Gym Leader Blaine, the Fire-type Master, leads off with a Growlithe, level 42. This is also one of those gyms you can teach Surf to several different Pokemon and just come in here and swamp him. But also, as they are Fire types, you can come in with Rock types, Ground types, and Water types and do just fine. Next off, he's got a level 40 Ponyta. Once again, no big deal. Mr. Terrapin Surf should be able to easily handle this. Now this is more of a problem with Generation 1 than anything, but none of Blaine's Pokemon can really do anything to a Water type. In later generations they could do something smart like give them the TM for Solar Beam, but in this generation they only use level up moves, so he's stuck to things like Fire Spin and Fire Blast. Which, by the way, is his gym signature move, Fire Blast. We haven't seen it yet because we've been one-shotting everything, but it's a massively powerful Fire-type move at 120 base power, and it might leave you with a burn. And here we are at Blaine's Ace, level 47 Arcanine. It's a big jump from his other 3 Pokemon. Thankfully, it's not doing anything too threatening. It does have Takedown, though, so it can actually finally hurt Water types. However, if you have something like a Gyarados or Lapras or any other various Water types you gotta have, this still won't be any trouble. And he's gonna try and use Roar. Part of me makes me think that they wanted Roar to work like it does in later generations and it just didn't code right, and that's why the AI still uses it. Either way, Arcanine goes down and so does Blaine. I have burnt out! You have earned the Volcano Badge. Ha! The Volcano Badge heightens the special abilities of your Pokemon. Here, you can have this too. Make room for my gift. I'm sorry, Blaine. I'm so sorry. Jeesh. Let's use that rare candy. Ha! The Volcano Badge, blah 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 blah. TM38 contains Fire Blast! Teach it to Fire-type Pokemon. Charmeleon or Ponyta would be good bets. But they can both learn it naturally if you level up, I believe, so that's kind of a waste. However, there are a lot of interesting Pokemon that can learn it, Dragonite and Gyarados being two notable examples, so use it on who you want. Just remember they're going to have a lot of power going behind them. But we accomplished a lot in this episode. Despite this being a tiny little island, there's a lot to do. However, our adventure is nearing its end. We only have one more gym, and there's no puzzles or anything required to get to it. We'll actually be challenging it next episode. So until then, you guys stay beautiful, and I'll catch you next time.